everybody, Missy with Southern Theory Designs, and today we are going to finish up my storyboard tumbler that I started last week or two, and I didn't think to make a tutorial on it because I wasn't sure how it was going to come out, but I'm actually kind of excited because I have some ideas going around in this head of mine of how I want it to look, but I'm unsure of how it's going to actually come out. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Now when I pull my cup out of the box and everything, you're gonna notice that it's already epoxied and decorated and everything like that. So your tumbler is not gonna look like this when you order it. What I'm using is the 30-ounce Hog Storyboard Tumbler that I got from Stainless Steel Depot. Wasn't very expensive at all. It was actually very reasonably priced. You're gonna get a tumbler. Mine's kind of taken apart and everything already, but I'm going to show you how to do it. The inside, it's going to be white and it's going to have paper on it. Okay, so first thing you're going to do is you're going to take the lid off. You're going to twist really hard and pull this off, but you don't want to break it. Now I'm going to be gentle because you can see I've already done my shipwreck. If you saw one of my older videos, it was me actually doing a shipwreck tumbler, which sold in 5 minutes of me putting it on my Facebook. Amazing, right? So I decided I wanted to do a storyboard one like this. I don't know why, I was just in a storyboard kind of, or a shipwreck kind of mood that day. You're gonna twist the bottom off so it's all in pieces, okay? You're gonna have all these pieces, okay? Put this to the side, your lid. You're not gonna need this until later. I'll put it in the box. Now, when you get the bottom, and I've already taken mine apart, but the bottom has this black insert in it, and you need to get that off. Now, I sat here and poked and prodded. Put this to the side too. You don't want this to get scratched up. Poked and prodded, trying to figure out how to get it off, and some lady on the internet, Lord, genius, genius. I had went through my husband's toolbox trying to get this black piece out forever, because you want to get this black piece out is when you put the storyboard together and it's like this, and you fill it with water, you put this on, you turn it over, this down here fills with water, so you're left with air. And who wants that? That's tack, okay? So what you're gonna do to get this black piece off, instead of poking and prodding it and denting it kind of like I did, is you're gonna screw it on the bottom like that. And then you're gonna hear it click, and mine's not gonna click because I already broke the seal of the piece of glue that was on there, and it comes off. Put that to the side. Now, you're gonna see on here, it has a little hole in it. That little hole is where you're going to fill up the part of the tumbler that after you already put your oil or your water, whatever you're putting in there, you're gonna use a syringe. I always have these syringes laying around because this is how I measure out my epoxy. And when you order these off Amazon, they come with all these little attachments. And I was looking at them and I was like, you know what? This is gonna work really well. This is not a needle. It's not sharp at all, okay? It's just flat. But look, it fits in here perfectly, okay? So I can use that, or I can use this little tip, okay? Even though it's not perfect, it might work. And I'm trying to see, oh, it even comes with a smaller, shut the door, we're learning. I've never done one of these before. Why doesn't that fit on? Oh, maybe you need to do this and this. Bingo, that's gonna work. So we're either gonna use this piece or we're gonna use this piece. So this is the key. So you need to put this on and then this on top of that. Okay, am I making sense? We're gonna need to use one of these, or you can use whatever you want, but I like it neat, so we're gonna try to get around it. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna wanna prep and paint your cup, your tumbler. Make sure you tape around here, around the top of it, and then I taped around the bottom just because I didn't want to get any goo in there. But we're gonna seal this up in just a little bit, and I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do that. Okay, so I went ahead and I made my tumbler, my shipwreck tumbler, and I got some baby oil. Some people use glycerin, some people use water. I just went with the baby oil. Why not? Because in my head, I remember as a kid, these things called wave machines. Do you remember them? If not, I kind of made one because I was testing out something and I wanted to see if this would work in my storyboard, because you do fill this up with fluid. So what I used to make this was this much baby oil, water, and blue food dye. My only reservations about doing it this way is that because this is plastic, I don't know if the blue food dye is going to stain. That's the only thing that I'm trying to debate right now, but I'm going to show you where I was going with this, and I still might do it. Don't know yet. Now, I don't know if you remember blue wave machines, but look at this. How cool would that look inside a freaking storyboard tumbler? Okay, and the thing is, I probably should have used a plastic bottle to do this in, because then I would have known if it was gonna stain or dye my plastic. But at this point, I don't even care. This is just going to be, I'm gonna do this, because my other option was to just put baby oil, black, and blue glitter. This one is Recollections Marine and Iridescent Black. And I will show these to you really quick. How pretty are those? I thought that would look really cool in here, because the blue matches the very bottom of the cup. It's the same kind of blue. And the black, because my kraken, which is an octopus, it's not really a kraken, my octopus is black. Okay. So that's where I'm going with this. I think I'm gonna do this, and if I destroy the tumbler, no big deal. Lesson learned. So, once you got everything that you need together, your cup is all done. Mine's dry. It's been drying for days. I've been like waiting, trying to figure out how to seal this. So I went to the hardware store today, and after talking with the guy that owns the place, he's so sweet, really nicest guy in the world. Johnny is awesome. And it's a little hometown. I mean, you get little paper bags still. So let's see. Oh, I'm gonna try Crackle Method, or yeah, Crackle Method. Yeah, I'm gonna try that one day. Not right this minute. And I bought 2 different items. So I bought this Gorilla Glue Sealant Clear. It's supposedly non-toxic. It doesn't say that it causes cancer in California or anything like that. Not for use in underwater applications, aquariums, or brick or masonry. Corrosion, brass, galvanized metals, for general auto marine applications only. We're gonna try it. The other thing I got was hot glue sticks. I love Gorilla Glue stuff. So this I thought might work, but I think I'm gonna try this clear sealant first. So, how do I get myself stuck in these positions? I don't know. Let's see. Open. Oh, by the way, my best friends are bamboo kebab skewers. I use this when I do alcohol inks to kind of tell it where I want it to go. It's better than a popsicle stick, and they're cheaper. You get like 1,000 of these for $1 at the dollar store. probably should have brought a garbage can over here because apparently I'm going to need one. Oh, I'll just use this. This might end up being just a display piece in my house. We don't know that yet though. Wait a minute, maybe I shouldn't have thrown the directions away. Do I cut this? And I want to cut a very small, that's perfect, a very small hole in the tip of it. So let's move everything to the side. First things first, we want to get this sealed so we can get the globe part over it, okay? You're going to want to go down into, and it takes a minute for it to fill it up. And I'm not going to put a lot in there because I don't want to do a lot of cleaning. And I'm just going around the rim, and I'll show you here. I'm just going around the rim to make a seal. Missed a spot. Okay. Now, when you do your design, okay, I think this stuff dries in 30 minutes. When you do your design, you don't want to do it thick, or you're not going to have much space for your globe to go on. Looks good to me. And I do have a little bit of sealant around the rim, and I forgot my alcohol. And supposedly you can clean this up with a little bit of alcohol. Holy smoly. Is this already drying? No. There we go. Now we're cooking with oil. So this is wiping right up with alcohol. Make sure I don't got any spots on there. Nice and tight. Nobody wants a loose seal. Loose seal. Sorry, I'm a hot mess. It was a very long day at work today. So, that was weird. A little bit of brown out there. So while we're waiting for this to be water ready, as it says. We're going to go ahead and mix our blue food coloring with water. And you only need a little bit of it because this was a little bit of blue. Seriously, it was like this big of a cup, and I just added water and it stayed blue. So I'm just gonna mix a little bit of it up and then add more water to it. Looks good to me. Yes, that was a plant waterer. I picked this up at Family Dollar for like $1.50. And you only need, which kind of sucks because you only need a couple drops. But we're gonna make this a pretty blue. I put 3 drops in. I'm just gonna stir. It's very, very blue. Okay, I'm gonna set this to the side. We're gonna talk a little bit about this. So we wanna make sure, oh, I wanna seal this too. Supposedly, I wanna seal this. Maybe I should what I did there is I put some tissue in there so I don't have to use a lot because I just really want to seal just a little bit of the top, just so the water doesn't go inside there. And I'm going to clean this up in just a second. So you see it's all covered. Nothing is coming out of it. Nothing is going into it. I just didn't want the water and the oil that I put in here to get in there, even though I don't think it will because this part goes on there. Over precaution. That's my middle name. So even though it hasn't been 30 minutes, we're gonna go ahead and give this a go. Make sure it's sitting in there right. Make sure I don't have any. And we have a leaker. Oh, we have a couple leaks. Okay. I get it, God. I get it, God. I don't want to have to take it apart and redo it. I mean, it did say water ready in 30 minutes, not 3 minutes. Maybe if I turn it a little. That ain't happening. That's stuck like Chuck on there. I'm glad I put the water in before the baby oil. It would be a slip slidey old mess over here if I didn't. Maybe I needed to put more in there. time to make a mess. Let's try this again. Oh, well maybe now it's sealing. Okay. More water. I don't know if you can see this. Yep, there's my drips. Right there. Move the blue, move the blue. And folks, don't do this at home. I am a professional. And I'm gonna fudge it all up. Making sure I don't have any gooey on here. So what I think I'm gonna do and see exactly why it's leaking. I think this is a better way to put it on than trying to get it in that little hole. We are learning together, girls, boys, non-binaries. Can I say that without offending anybody? I just did. Let's try this again. Am I turning blue? No, good. Okay, now it's going to be a little bit harder because I really don't want to get this on my cup. Didn't work. Got it all over my cup. Biscuit. Biscuit, 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 biscuit and gravy. How in the heavens on earth are you supposed to do this? Okay, this girl on YouTube made it look so easy. We're gonna need a lot more of those. Okay, so it does have to go down in here. Maybe. Now this girl that I watched, she said she's been trying to figure this out forever. So we're going to try to seal this again, this time using more. Sometimes more is better. I'm redoing this Gorilla sealant. Many of you know I have a very bad hand and I have to have surgery on it, so I cannot squeeze with that hand because it hurts like a biscuit. And many of you don't know that biscuits hurt. This is actually harder than it freaking looks. I don't know how that glitter got in there. There's some piece. I don't know. Let's go ahead and clean our cup. So I think I know why. It's because my lip on the inside, I have a little bit of a crack, and I tried to put extra sealant there. So we'll see. We'll see if it works. I'm gonna put the hammer away. Hammers and tumblers usually don't go hand in hand. Okay, so let's recap. We take our tumbler apart, take the black thing out of the base because we're, oh God, don't go. Don't put them back together. They want to be married. We don't want them to be married. So we take our tumbler apart, you go ahead and you do the inside like you would any tumbler. Just make sure it's thin. You only need like, I did alcohol inks, so I only used 2 coats. That's it. Very thin coats to it, and use like really thick coats. Make sure you tape off the rim so you don't get epoxy on there. And you want to tape the bottom off because you don't want to get epoxy on there either. Okay. Let's try this again. Let's see if this is going to be in the garbage pile video or not. Son of a biscuit. I got it. Let's pour it all in there. Make sure we don't have any leaks. Looks kind of green. Can you see that? Maybe I need to put some more blue dye in there. This is gonna be so jacked. I don't even care. That was like 10 drops. Okay, so we're gonna add a little bit of water in here. I keep checking to make sure it's not leaking. Oh, it looks that color because it's on the brown. Oh, I get it now. So I'm gonna add a little bit of glitter to it. I don't want to add a lot. I don't know why, but I'm just not feeling a lot of glitter in this cup. So we're just gonna add enough to make it pretty. And just a smidge of black. Seriously, just a smidge. And that's it. That's all we're going to do to that. Let's double check and make sure we're still not leaking. Nope, we're not leaking. I'm going to use this to get my glitter down into the sides. And now it's time for baby oil. As long as it's not leaking. Not leaking. Lord, let this be a video I can use later. Now there's a lot of air bubbles in here and I'm just waiting for all the air bubbles to come up. So I know how much more baby oil I need to put in there. There we go. Got that air bubble up. I don't know if you saw that, but I just pried it a little bit to get the air bubble up because it was chilling like a villain. And I'm going to fill this up. Did I fill it up too much? I don't know. I'm going to screw this on. Wait a minute. Wait. I'm supposed to seal this too. Lord have mercy, I gotta seal freaking everything on this cup. So what I'm gonna do on here is I'm just gonna put the sealant in this little lip in here so I don't have to do much cleanup. At this point, if I was to have any leakage, it would be catastrophic. Can't believe we're 30 minutes in and I have only just got this thing filled. I think it looks kind of pretty though. And if anybody has done this kind of storyboard with the blue wave thingy, great minds think alike. I haven't seen one, but I've only seen like a handful of storyboards. As always, if you have any questions, drop a link. I'm sorry. Drop a question below. I seem to get quiet when I'm doing this, so I'm sorry. So now we're going to screw this on. Nice and tight. I might go with, and baby oiled. It's not going in. Mr. Needle. Really? This is gonna blow up in my face. Just like that. I'm gonna have soft hands. I'm putting my finger over this really quick. We need to add some more to it. This is what that hole on the bottom is for. And I'm wondering if the oil is, no, because it's coming through here. That chick sits on a throne of lies. She made this look so freaking easy. I'm so slimy. Lord help me. Oh, it doesn't go very fast through there. Okay, 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 okay. Let's get this in, and maybe water will go in easier. Let's see. Let me get it any. Problem solving. Problem solving. We'll figure it out, girls. I am so baby soft right now. It's not even funny. Can you smell that? It's me thinking. I need something bigger. My hands are so slimy, nothing is really working for me. Stick it in the hole, she said. It would go right in, she said. Well, that's just making a mess. Okay, so what have we learned, girls? That this shipwreck tumbler is harder than it seems. And Missy's having issues getting water into there, even though I thought I had it all planned out, figured out. Wait a minute. Was it the syringe that wasn't working? More paper towels. I cannot tell you how slimy I feel. Like, seriously, I feel like a slime bucket. Let's try going back to my medical days. I know how to use a syringe. I just never injected anything with baby oil before. Shut up, now it's working. Lord have mercy. It's going in now. I don't know what the problem was before. It's going in a milliliter at a time. Oh, yeah, let's do it that way. I'm trying not to press too hard because I see this just exploding in my face. I think that's because I had air in it. Wait a minute. It's getting there. I don't know how that glitter got on the outside. Oh, the shit that I do for y'all. Just kidding. I love it. It's not letting me fill it up anymore. It's overflowing. Now I'm totally invested in this. And I don't want to seal this up until, I need some alcohol. I don't want to seal this up until I have it full. And I have you guys on this video now for 48 minutes. I was not expecting to be on this video this long. But I seriously do not want to seal this up. And I didn't say Siri, I said seriously. She always thinks I'm talking to her and I'm not. Seriously. I got some more dry spot. Just had to play with it. I just had to move it around a little bit. Never heard that before. Just play with it. I guess the air bubble had gotten stuck. So I honestly think that is all I'm going to get in there. Like, let's be honest, it's not going to be perfect. It's my first one, right? I'm such a perfectionist. You can't even see the design. Well, let's do this. Let's seal this sucker up and see what happens. So to seal it up, you're going to want to seal that little hole. And I'm shoving silicone in there. But you're also going to want to put a little seal, a little baby seal around the bottom of the cup. So in case it pops off, or in case your seal doesn't hold, I'm so gentle. Oh, wait, I think it's full. But I think it's leaking a little. Didn't give it 30 minutes. Let's see what happens. Anyways, there's my mess for the day. And what a mighty fine mess it is. Anyways, so that is the storyboard tumbler, and that's how you get it off. Whatever you take away from this video is what you take away from this video. Me, I will be taking away some really soft, baby oil soft hands. Oh, I bet that's really good for my cuticles. The knowledge of how to get the black piece out of the bottom, and the little hacks on how to fill it up with a syringe and this, even though I didn't think it was working, it was working. I really want to be able to turn this upside right. You can see like the ink is like dripping down. Oh, here, it's starting to come down. I don't know. But it's full. This is my wave machine. I think if I were to do it again, I would do it a little bit differently. Not much differently. I think I would make sure my epoxy on the inside tumbler was very, very thin and probably a lighter color so you can kind of see it moving more. I think that is where I went wrong. It probably would have been cooler if I had done this kind of like in a white or a very pastel light blue, and then put the darker blue in with it. Also waited 30 minutes for it all to seal. But boom, shipwreck tumbler, storyboard tumbler, all in one. And I'm gonna leave it sitting upright for a little bit because there's my little, my fail, my epic fail. So thanks for spending the last hour with me and trying to figure this out. I am going to let it sit upright and see if the glitter seems to be floating up here in the baby oil more than it's floating in the water. That's another concern that I did not think of. But anyways, there it is. Well, it's not looking so bad now that everything is starting to sink to the bottom. Maybe use less water and more baby oil to have dropped the blue down a little bit. What do you think? Huh? I like how you can kind of see the white that I did on there for the waves breaking. Now if this glitter could just go to the bottom. I wish the glitter would have stayed in the blue, but it's okay. It's my first and last storyboard tumbler. Anyways, thanks for watching. You learned anything, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop them below. Missy coming from the lovely state of Georgia with my storyboard tumbler. Peace out.